Hi, Gerhard Bloom, once again looking at the tyranny and the delusions of the social justice movement. So this whole Biden fiasco. You can check back in my videos months and months ago. I did a video, Joe Biden running for president, the man can hardly walk. It was very clear months and months ago, ergo the video, that Joe Biden was suffering some severe cognitive deficit. And in the wake of the debate with Donald Trump, the media now is, oh my goodness, what happened? How shocking. These media have been lying. They've known about it as long as I have. They've been lying, covering for the guy. And it was astonishing that Biden was the one who challenged Donald Trump to the debate. And people were saying, oh no, Donald Trump is stepping into a trap. It's on CNN. Joe Biden has identified all the guidelines for the debate. And, well, the disaster that was obvious to all, except the deluded leftists who already knew the situation in front of the American public. And now the media has to pretend that this is shocking. This is shocking. It is not at all shocking. In the wake of this fiasco, there is now a fight within the Democratic Party. There are those, most of the politicians, they're either keeping silent or giving their support for Joe Biden, at least publicly. Behind closed doors, there are more and more Democratic politicians who are saying something's got to happen here. This guy has got to go. This guy's got to go, or we're going to lose the presidency, and down ballot, the House and the Senate, we can lose. There was a very amusing politician, Senator, Republican, says these people are vicious, these politicians. They will unplug your life support system so that they can plug in their cell phones. These people do not want to lose. But Joe Biden, in the face of increasing pressure, he says no, he is not quitting. He is not quitting. He is setting his foot down. And it is not a very easily accomplished goal of removing him because he's already the candidate. He's already the candidate. So the 25th Amendment, this will not happen. That's a bridge too far for these people. So they will not go that far. And Joe Biden, him and Jill Biden, they will have to be dragged out by their ankles as they're scratching the floorboards out of that White House. Why? Because they are living a glamorous life of the rich and famous, being shuttled around in limousines, covers of magazines. I think Jill Biden on the cover of Vogue magazine. This is not going to happen if she's the wife of the ex-president. Absolutely not. So it's going to take some coaxing. He's bound and determined. This opens up an absolute Pandora's box because Joe Biden voluntarily withdraws, and if I was a betting man, and I'm not, I believe there's a very good chance that the Democratic Party, the party elite, the Clintons and the Obamas, they're going to exert, with all of this leverage and this money, they're going to exert a tremendous amount of pressure for him to withdraw. They're going to do some safe-facing gestures for the man, but they're bound and determined that he goes. If he stays, everybody, absolutely everybody knows he will not last 4 years as president. There is no way. This guy, the cognitive collapse, this fall into dementia or Parkinson's or Alzheimer's, this stuff, it's irreversible, goes in one direction, and it accelerates as it goes on. And we can see, I've seen several videos of Megyn Kelly, for one, giving you clips of Biden just 2 years ago, and compared to now, his speech, his ability to walk and negotiate the world, not falling off of bikes and falling upstairs, taking the baby steps into Air Force One. So no, this is a disaster. So he he's going to collapse in his presidency if he gets it in the second term, which I don't think he will under any circumstances. That leaves Kamala Harris. She is awful. Absolutely nobody wants her. She is a chucklehead. She is a giant chucklehead. And Joe Biden got himself into this position by playing that race card, right? He's an elderly white man. Oh, I will appoint a black woman as vice president. She's a woman in the debates. Tara Reid allegation of a sexual assault. I won't get into the graphic details here. Very credible, this Tara Reid allegations. Well, she says, Harris says she believes her. Actually, so do I, so we agree with that. She also accused Biden of being a racist. I believe it. So does she. We agree on yet another thing, but she is awful. Nobody wants her. The problem is, if Joe Biden steps out, now the Democratic Party has to find a way of getting her out of there. Because she would be, the presumptive next in line. And everybody in that party knows that she can't win. The problem there is the black vote. The black vote is a consistent major voting bloc for the Democratic Party. Because, they've been convinced that the Democratic Party is the party in favor of, civil rights and black rights. And no, it's not. The history is very clear. The Democratic Party was the side of slavery, the KKK, and resisted the civil rights legislation. But at any rate, I digress. Perhaps you didn't know, just recently broke, there's been a neurologist, a Parkinson's specialist, has visited the White House several times. And publicly, Joe Biden says, refuse to take a cognitive exam. Donald Trump did, passed with flying colors. Joe Biden absolutely refuses. He says every day is a cognitive test. And I won't disagree with him. It is, and he's failed it. He's failed it dramatically. So at any rate, there's a huge, in the middle of the debate, Donald Trump several times, the open border and the rapes and murders. And I did a video on that, right? So you can check that one out yourself. I won't repeat myself. But Biden goes on to say, blaming immigrants. What about all the rapes of young women by their in-laws, their spouses, and their brothers and sisters? How many young women do you think have been raped by their sisters? At any rate, it's a disaster. We shall see what happens. But yes, a major bun fight. The dam is broken, right? Everybody knows Joe Biden's a mess. He cannot possibly run, and yet he refuses to gracefully withdraw. He likes the power, he likes the privilege, and yes, Hunter Biden and that world globe-trotting, grifting operation. Part of me suspects he doesn't want to leave office and have his Attorney General, Merrick Garland, who's been covering for this rampant corruption. Once they're out of office and somebody looks behind the fridge and sees the mess that's behind there may very well be some serious investigations into that Biden crime syndicate. So we shall see. At any rate, thank you so much for your time and attention. Do drop a thumbs up. Gratifies my fragile male ego. Share it as much as you like. It's free. And check out my book, Deconstructing Social Justice. You are being lied to, and not by me. It's important, not because I wrote it. I wrote it because the issues could not be more important. Thanks so much for your time and attention. Bye-bye now.